Thank you very much. Welcome to Too Late. I'm Adam Carolla. Buzz Aldrin is going to be joining us tonight. He's a hero of mine, and last night was our first show, and I watched the show with my wife, and my wife thought we had canned laughter in the show, which was insulting. It really was, because she was just sitting there going like, well, that ain't funny. Why is everyone laughing? And, yeah. And I'd be like, maybe you'd be laughing if you slept outside tonight, sweetie pea. But no, here's all I'm saying is we didn't sweeten the laughter. We don't have any canned laughter. We don't have a script. We don't have a teleprompter. We're taking live calls. I don't know what the calls are. We're flying by the seat of our pants, and for better or for worse, it ain't cooked. So go along with me on this one. Vanity Fair has a new issue out that I've been looking at, and I noticed Jennifer Aniston is on the cover for the 55th time this year, but I've had an ass full of Jennifer Aniston myself. I'm just. When did everyone decide America was in love with Jennifer Aniston? And if you look at this one, it says Jen finally talks and talks and talks and then talks some more. And I realize when you're a hot chick, no one ever tells you to shut up. Ugly chicks don't talk and talk and talk. They shut up. Because when they keep talking, some guy yells, "Shut up!" Listen, fatty, quit talking and get in the kitchen, would you? Start rattling some pots and pans and quit flapping your jaw. But hot chicks just talk, and I realize no one ever tells them to shut up because we're all just doing this. Oh, yeah. No, I agree. I know my dog thinks he's a person too. Yeah. No, that's smart. All I'm saying is we don't like Jennifer Aniston that much. I mean, as guys, we're okay with her. She's cute. She's a B cup. She's got a little thing going on with her nose, but she ain't hot. You girls are trying to talk us into loving Jennifer Aniston. We don't like her. Leave us alone. Thank you. All right. You may applaud that. Yeah, other quick celebrity news. T.J. Hooker, the box set dropped today. Shatner. I'm going to be watching a Shatner and his huge pompadour for like 19 hours this weekend. This is going to be awesome. All right, so look for that, and let's stay with the celebrities here and take some phone calls if we might. Let's speak to Josh from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah, Josh?
Hi.
What's up?
Nothing. What's up?
What's your question, goofball? Let's go now. Let's rock and roll. I got a pace here. Let's pick it up.
Do you think Tom Cruise has a chemical imbalance?
Oh, just because he walks on furniture instead of the floor?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Tom Cruise just knows he's Tom Cruise. He's great looking. He's rich. He's on top of a hot 23-year-old all the time.
That doesn't give him an excuse to be a complete idiot.
Well, maybe not, but you be Tom Cruise for 2 weeks. I bet you turn into an a.
Probably.
Yeah, so you can't judge. You can't, but I'm still gonna try and go on to line 3 here, speak to Valerie, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Valerie, what's up? Valerie?
Hello?
Oh, boy.
It is actually Mason from San Diego.
Oh, Mason from San Diego. All right, well, go ahead.
I want to know what the deal was with Brad Pitt giving all that money to Africa.
He gave a lot of money to Africa?
Yeah, I was listening to the radio, and they said he'd given a bunch of money. I didn't know why he was doing it.
Well, that's the whole thing. When you get rich, you feel bad. See? And then you start spreading it around. But you don't want to give it to your family because you're angry at it. So you give it to people, and the less they look like you, the better you feel about yourself.
So he must feel great now.
Yeah, if Brad Pitt just gave it to good-looking blonde guys, he wouldn't feel too good about himself. But he gives it to people who look totally different than he is, and now he feels good about himself. See, I don't make enough money to give it away. I give it away to myself. I know it seems like I'm not giving it away, but it's still giving it to someone. It's just me who's spending it. Did you do the math there with me?
I'm trying to.
All right, Mason. Mason.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm not going to send you out a windbreaker.
Oh, good. It's too warm here anyway.
All right, buddy. Thanks, but look, call again, all right?
All right, I'll try.
All right, just not this show.
All right.
All right, buddy.
Bye-bye.
All right, give it up for Mason, everybody. I didn't really want you to clap for him. I just didn't have anything to say at the time, so I said, give it up for Mason. I hate it when hosts go, give yourselves a hand. You guys have been awesome. Give yourselves a hand. I'm like, why should you give yourself a hand? The guy should be clapping for you, right? You've been clapping your ass off. Give me a hand. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we'll be right back with more Too Late after this.
And now, Adam explains to 1780s guy. Genital piercing.
What kind of man would take a sharpened spear and volitionally drive it through his own phallus?
I don't...
That was Adam explains genital piercing to 1780s guy. And now, Adam explains to 1780s guy. The Special Olympics.
And they race them?
I don't.
That was Adam explains the Special Olympics to 1780s guy.
Yeah, welcome back to Too Late. You know, having an American like Buzz Aldrin out here reminds me just how much I love this country and how sick I am of these other countries with their anti-American slogans. And then I started thinking about it. We don't have any slogans for them. They're always taken to the streets chanting anti-American slogans, but where are our slogans about their crappy countries? Thank you. As usual, I decided to do something about it. So here are some anti-other country slogans. And look, some of these countries we got a beef with, others we don't, and we may have a beef with. We need to be prepared. Let's start with Iran. I came, I sucked, I ran. Let's go next to Uruguay. What? You're gay? Yeah. They would fold like a tent if we did this. Canada. You gave us Alan Thicke. We gave you acid rain. I think we got screwed. Chad. My retarded cousin is named Chad. Yeah, take that, Chad. Switzerland. Like France, only pussier. China. New century, same haircut. Not much variation in the crazy bang look, is there, really? How do you know what year people, you know, I know when people are born by looking at the goofy pictures. I see that crazy Farrah Fawcett hair. I know there's some 70s stuff going on. And I see the spike thing or I see the dread thing. But China, pow. Nothing. Just hairdo flatline for 2 million years. The Netherlands. Famous for hookers, hash, and killing Anne Frank. You see, when we were done, their self-esteem would be so low we wouldn't have to drop a bomb. We'd just pound them into verbal submission. It'd be awesome. And my last, but I think my favorite, Belgium. Thanks for the waffles. Now, off. Thank you. Well, that's a keeper. So we'll be doing 150 of those or so each show. It's going to be awesome. Eventually, we'll run out of countries and we'll just start doubling up. Belgium. Me. All right, we'll be right back with the great astronaut Buzz Aldrin after this. Hey, buddies, me, Adam Carolla. If you have a question and you want to get on air with it, call 1-866-HEY-ADAM and go to the Comedy Central website and find out what the topic is for that day at www.comedycentral.com. Thank you. Joining us now is the second man to ever walk on the moon, but the first man to write a children's book about it. It's called Reaching for the Moon. Please welcome American hero Buzz Aldrin, everybody. Thanks for coming on, Buzz. I'm a big fan. I love the fact that you flew F-86s in
great
Korea.
airplane.
I know you love that plane.
That's one of the best. Anyone who's ever flown it will always say that's the best airplane that was ever made.
I got a lot of hours in the cockpit of F-86. Sure, blown away a few MiGs.
Yeah, well,
and you just I want to thank you for coming out because I know you just got here from New York because you're over there at Fox Studios this morning.
That's right. Yeah,
doing the space shuttle landing. Mm-hmm. And I heard the sonic boom, by the way. I mean, I think the thing flew right over my house at like 5:05 this morning because it was like an earthquake.
That time is just about right. It was supposed to land at about 5:07 or 9.
It landed out in California, out in Edwards?
It did.
I think we have some footage of that, by the way, which is always spectacular. The thing that's amazing to me is the thing's a glider. I mean, it glides.
Some of us call it a gliding brick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because it weighs as much as like 15 cement mixers or something, right? It's like 170,000 pounds. Does it weigh that much?
God, I never thought of making cement in space. My grandson lives in Oxnard, and when they announced that it was going to be coming over to Oxnard, I thought, geez, maybe I ought to call him up. But my daughter, his mother, is just divorced, and he's staying with his father, and maybe his father wouldn't appreciate being wakened up about 4:30 in the morning.
Right.
Probably not.
So you didn't call?
No, I didn't.
But you know he'd be scared to death when the sonic boom blew him out of bed, right? I mean, I'd rather get a phone call from an astronaut than just be knocked out of bed thinking it was a terrorist attack. Because I like put my air raid helmet on. I was running downstairs, my underpants. My dog was sleeping on the bed, and my dog didn't know what to make of the sonic boom because it wasn't a coyote in the yard, and it wasn't a burglar breaking into the kitchen. It was a weird sound. So my dog just went like, oh? He did like a Scooby-Doo, like he did a bark with a question mark. He was like, oh?
You sure you don't have a wolf?
Yeah, no, Wolf would be better.
You're the wolf.
Yeah, in the sack. Yeah, thanks, Buzz. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I'm just checking up. Last time I saw you, we were in the company of a couple of interesting ladies.
Yeah,
the skier Peekaboo Street.
Oh, I thought.
And that sexy redhead Angie Everhart.
Yes.
Tell them what it was.
I thought you were talking about the prostitutes when we were over in Korea. I didn't know. Yeah, we did the Toyota Grand Prix together, the celebrity car race, and Buzz.
All you're allowed to ask is, did I finish?
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, I finished.
He finished, but he destroyed 3 or 4 cars in practice and blew up a few engines.
I'm trying to do some promotion with Toyota. Well,
blowing up their vehicles is not the way to do it, Buzz. All right, Buzz. Here's the thing. A lot of people think, well, we're spending a lot of money on the space program and the shuttle stuff is, touch and go. Do we need to be spending all this money? What's the next frontier for us? Obviously, you're a fan of NASA, right?
Yeah. Well, I have a bias in this direction.
Sure.
See, during the 60s, Russia had put up Sputnik.
Right.
And that kind of set us back.
Right.
And Yuri Gagarin went into space, and JFK had a little trouble with the Bay of Pigs, so he figured he ought to send an American somewhere. And somebody said, well, why don't you send him to the moon? So that's what we did. And, you know, it increased America's prestige tremendously throughout the world. And the reason Russia was doing this was to convince their people and the rest of the world that their system was better than ours. And that's why the Chinese are developing their space program. The Russians still have a very good space program.
Right.
But
we need to send a message to the world that we're still number one.
Okay, but during the peak of all that funding, it was about 3 or 4% of our national budget. And since the last 15, 20 years, it's been less than 1%.
Right.
We spend more on cosmetics.
We're spending less now than we were in the 60s.
It's just highly visible,
right.
But it is probably the best investment that this nation's
so shut
ever
up
made.
And keep paying, America.
And we're going back to the moon to stay, and we're going to go to Mars.
All right. Oh, we are?
Yes.
Oh, I'd like to get in on that.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know why. Let's take another call.
Okay.
Caddy, Outer Banks, North Carolina. Caddy?
Oh, that's Kitty Hawk.
Oh, is that where that is?
Yeah.
First flight, right?
Right.
Right.
What's up, Caddy?
Hi, it's Katie.
Oh, Katie.
That's okay.
All right.
Hi. Hi, Buzz.
Hi, Katie.
My question is for you. I was wondering if, since you've been to outer space, do you believe in UFOs?
No.
You know.
No. Carl Sagan, remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turtleneck.
Billions and billions
Yeah.
of stars. And
right.
He made a very prophetic statement. He said, extraordinary events require extraordinary evidence. Mm-hmm. And an alien coming here from wherever they come from
mm-hmm.
is an extraordinary event. But the evidence is never really quite there. Right. Somebody's brother saw somebody's aunt who saw this.
Yeah.
Or they landed in Pascagoula and they took an Okie up for a ride.
Drunken hillbilly rednecks telling us they saw something when they're out drinking moonshine. Yeah, I was cleaning the still and I saw some lights in the sky. All right, Jethro. Back to the halfway house. No, listen, I completely agree. But
that moonshine stuff, you know, that does come from the moon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I got nothing to say about that. Listen, I know it's a tough crowd, Buzz. I want to thank Buzz Aldrin for coming in here tonight and hanging with us. Reaching for the Moon, the name of the book, and we'll be right back right after this.
And now, Adam explains to 1780s guy. Custom rims.
So, even when this horseless carriage is not in motion, the wheels appear to keep spinning?
Yeah.
And why does this delight the Negro?
That was Adam Explains Custom Rims to 1780s guy.
If you're going to be in the LA area and want tickets to see Too Late with Adam Carolla, call 1-866-546-6984.
Why did I have to screw it up? What?
Well, I don't know why I had to screw that up. Why does anything horrible have to happen? Look, just first off, we're going to need that mic back because that is like the weapon in the hand of a criminal to you, my friend. Just do me a favor, whack yourself on the head, El Kabong style, and then just throw it at me. Go ahead. Yeah, overhand. Well, watch the cash register. Yeah. Wow. That was a telethon type grab. That was a Tony Orlando type grab. Tie a yellow ribbon. All right. Well, that's about it for tonight. I want to thank Buzz Aldrin for coming in here. Reaching for the Moon is the name of his new children's book, and it's time for that part of the show called So What Did We Learn? Well, we learned that Jennifer Aniston needs to shut her yap. We learned that Buzz Aldrin worships the ground I walk on. And good news, we're going to Mars, everybody. Good night.